Hello noble ones, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking, and boy oh boy, I found a shoe and it's on fire, brother. ShoeOnHead is an American YouTuber. I'm joking, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Come on. These people are sick is the title of the video. I love it already. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Alright, hit me with some sanity, please.
On September 10th, Charlie Kirk was giving a talk at Utah Valley University, and out of nowhere he was dead, live, in front of a bunch of college kids, in front of his wife and his 2 children. And I don't think the country is ever going to be the same. Not only because of this horrific tragedy, but because of everything that followed. The dark, disturbing realization that we may not be on the same page as our coworkers, classmates, friends, neighbors, doctors, when it comes to the issue of murder.
She's absolutely right.
I was crashing out on Twitter a few days ago.
I read that.
Stream of consciousness posting about it with run-on sentences and everything. 4 days later, I have a clearer head, but I still feel the exact same way. So we are going to talk about what happened, we're going to talk about the aftermath, and then we're going to get a little personal, because frankly, I don't see the country the same anymore, and I know a lot of you feel the exact same way, so
I don't see the planet the same way anymore. I've been sharing her posts, by the way. If you haven't followed her on Shoe, you've missed out. She's absolutely killing it.
Oh, we're going to talk about it after we talk about everything else. Charlie Kirk was not a healthcare CEO, he was not a powerful politician, and let me be 100% clear, I'm not saying this to say that it's okay when those people are murdered. My point is that those are positions of power that most people cannot relate to. Like, the average person is just so far removed from that world. But I think what happened to Charlie is hitting differently because, like I said on Twitter, he was just a f***ing guy. He was a podcaster. He was a guy who talked about politics. He was a guy who had conservative beliefs. Not everyone knows a billionaire CEO or a powerful politician, but they do know somebody with conservative beliefs.
Not only that, but he hits hard me, her, and all the YouTubers that aren't milquetoast. Any of us who has stood up to call out the nonsense felt that hit in the neck on that day.
They know somebody who holds some or many of Charlie Kirk's opinions. Because despite what people in their little bubble believe, his core ideology and what he believed is the same shit like your conservative boomer uncle on Facebook posts. You can only disagree with this if you are unfamiliar with Charlie Kirk, or you are unfamiliar with the many different branches and different ideologies of the right wing. Now, don't get me wrong, Charlie Kirk had many bad takes over the years. Like,
who doesn't?
For example, the 2 most popular quotes I see people posting are the one where he advocated for stoning gays and black women are too stupid to be pilots.
Both lies. Both are lies. I'm still making that debunking video, by the way. It's going to come up in the next couple of days. Stay tuned. Nonsense. He never said that.
But guess what? Both those things, the 2 most popular quotes people are posting to justify this guy being murdered, are out of context. But idiots like Stephen King ran with it, then later had to apologize for spreading misinformation about a dead man.
Who would have thought that the guy who wrote about monsters his entire life acted like one himself?
These people will build a straw man of you in their minds. They get so fucking mad about it that they celebrate the real you dying. Horrifying. But more importantly, even if everything was in context, who cares? Oh, he said this, oh, he said this. I don't care. There are many things he said that I disagree with. There are many things he said that I think are bad. Who cares? It is just a fact that nothing he said warranted his life being taken away. This is America. We have freedom of speech here.
Not only it didn't warrant his life to be taken away, but it's also inconceivable that thousands, tens of thousands at this point, of people are laughing about it and calling for more. It's an epidemic of madness.
Unless you criticize a certain country, but for the most part, we have freedom of speech here. So after detaining not just 1 wrong guy, but 2 wrong guys, the FBI finally got the shooter. Only because his own father turned him in. I guess they were just too fucking busy not releasing the Epstein files to catch a political assassin. It was this f***ass demon 22 years old, another irony-poisoned Reddit shooter who wrote a bunch of memes on the bullets, including "Hey fascist catch" and
"Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this question mark?"
I would like to underline, I censored his name. I don't want to hear that name ever again, so I'm not going to platform his name. And I blurred his face. I did that. Oblivion. That's what he deserves. Oblivion. Don't want to even remember him. Forget him.
I fucking hate it here. A lot of people were saying that the shooter was a groiper, which is a far-right fan of the streamer Nick Fuentes. And I have no fucking idea where that came from. I'm gonna be so honest.
The left.
I have seen no actual proof of this. And it doesn't make sense because someone further right than Charlie Kirk wouldn't call Charlie Kirk a fascist.
I would like to also underline one thing, why that's not logically possible. Because the same people that tell you, of course, the guy that murdered him was a fan of Nick Fuentes because those are far right, and Charlie was too moderate for them. He wasn't right-wing enough, so they murdered him. They say, on the same sentence when they call Charlie far right. These are the same people that say he was far right. Well, you gotta pick. Which one is it? He's either far right, like it says on freaking, is it Wikipedia? I swear if it's Wikipedia, I'm gonna I swear if it's Wikipedia. Anyways, I'll check it later. But I've read it. It's everywhere. There's so many articles that say far right political commentator dies at Utah University, whatever the heck. But then they also say, no, you know what? The shooter was far right. No, you gotta. It's the guy was a radical leftist. We know it. That's how it is. It's the truth. You can't twist it. We know it.
And they wouldn't say he was hateful. Their proof is that the shooter once dressed up like the Slav squat meme from 2012. And they also found a separate meme of Pepe the Frog dressed like the Slav squat meme. Therefore, the shooter is a groiper. That is like seeing a photo of the shooter dressed like a clown, and then seeing this image of Pepe the Frog dressed like a clown, and then being like groiper confirmed. What is the connection? The shooter didn't even post the Pepe image. Like,
it really doesn't matter. The shooter wrote fascist on the ammo. And besides, I'm going to tell you this. I'll try not to interrupt her too much, but here's one. I'll let her speak, I promise. But I do need to say this. At this point, it even becomes irrelevant. Because who is celebrating Charlie's death? The far right? Or the tens of thousands of liberals? Not you watching, by the way. I know you're left-wing, you're moderate. I'm not talking about her either. She's centrist by now. She's already completely changed. You can tell by the way she writes. But I'm saying, you watching, I know that some of you are left-wing and you condemn this. Fine, I don't have a problem with you. I'm not talking about you when I say the lunatics. But the amount of people on the left that have been celebrating this tells you all you need to know about this. Because you cannot hide that one. You can't twist your way out of that one. What are they? Are they also all far right?
where did the Pepe even come from? Just a bunch of liberal boomers not understanding memes. The other thing I saw was the shooter had Republican parents, and therefore the shooter must be Republican, which is just funny because we all see what these people say about their Republican parents every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. It's September 14th when I am recording this, so maybe more things will come out. Editor Shoe here, more things came out. Definitely not a groiper. At the end of the day, he could have every single one of my or your opinions. It ultimately doesn't matter. One person may have pulled the trigger, but then we saw the reaction of many.
That's it.
We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah.
Let me guess. A Republican voter, far right, Nick Fuentes, Milo, whatever the heck his name is, Matt Walsh. She loves Matt Walsh. I know she loves Matt Walsh. Where is absolute clowns?
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling.
Look at that far right. Look at that. Look at that conservative. Look at that. It just came home from church. Just came home from chess. You absolute monsters. This is Libs Me Central. Get away from this scum. Because this is scum.
And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with...
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
Rest in peace, bozo!
So
Charlie
tolerant.
Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
I do not, and I will not ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie...
Demons. It makes your blood boil, doesn't it? I'm so glad she's calling it out. Every single face. Call them all out. Everyone needs to see these faces. No more intolerant than the tolerant side is there.
Charlie Kirk? Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
Homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. He got shot in the head.
We got Charlie and that. We got Charlie and that.
We.
I heard someone got shot today. I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is weird. You don't have to like violence.
Yeah, of course. No, the sympathy towards a man who gets murdered in front of his little children and wife who is now grieving simply because he was willing to speak to the likes of you.
But I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public.
I didn't like what he said, and I didn't like his opinions, and I don't really give a shit that he's dead.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his...
Watch it. Watch us. Watch me.
death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. It's just great.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk
like
just
you?
got shot.
I saw the video before they even put out the confirmation. There was no chance that he made it through that. This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but a welcome surprise nonetheless.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid
Oh
of
yeah,
him.
I got you.
And I'm surprised that you guys aren't getting rid of more people. Like, don't stop with him. Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. His wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him?
There were thousands of videos like that.
Yes.
Some of these people posting with their full names and faces.
Yep.
With hundreds and thousands of likes. Thousands of tweets celebrating it with 500,000 likes. And it's important to remember that all of those likes are a real person. Millions of people in this country apparently believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This wasn't just a bunch of fringe blue hair SJWs or whatever. They were teachers, professors, doctors, HR workers, healthcare workers, nurses, pediatricians, people who work with kids, people's classmates, roommates. They are
Precisely. It's because the people who think like this work with our kids that then our kids end up thinking like them and make these TikToks. Thank you, Shue, for calling this out. You are great. Shue for president. I swear, go subscribe. What are you doing? Go leave a comment.
Teachers showing our children the gory, horrifying video of Charlie's murder on repeat. The hippy-dippy in this
10-year-old? Teacher forced 10-year-olds to watch Kirk murder video again and again? Life in prison. Immediately. That video scarred me, a 43-year-old man. Oh my gosh, these people are sick in their head. Sick in the head. And you want me to stop making videos like this? I'm gonna make 1,000 videos like this.
Horrifying video of Charlie's murder on repeat. The hippy-dippy "in this house we believe" shitlib mask was ripped off, and underneath was nothing but psychopathic bloodlust.
Yeah.
I have seen people on the right celebrate the death of people they disagree with. I've seen it. I remember Heather Heyer in 2017. But I also remember the whole internet, left and right, coming together to disavow and mock the few dozen people Stormfront who were celebrating her death.
Absolutely.
This is different. It's never been like this before.
True.
It's never been this much. It's never been this brazen.
Preach.
Normal people have to log into like an alternate Twitter account where they can post their more unorthodox opinions. And these people are out here, full face, full name, like, hell yeah, murder.
Yeah.
What?
It's because it's a cult. And cults always have a justification. They objectively think they're in the right. They think they are morally right. It is their moral imperative to mock the death and call for more violence, because they have been brainwashed to think that the likes of Charlie and me and you, Shue, sorry if I say that, but you know it, are evil, the enemy, and our lives have no value. I'm gonna have to make a video specifically dedicated to the dangers of having the wrong teachers on the field.
Smug, unearned confidence these people have to be openly sociopathic with their full name and face.
Yeah.
Because they live under the pathetic delusion of being on the right side of history. Needs to end.
Yes.
They will blame you for your death because words are violence. Words are violence, so them killing you is just self-defense. That's why they're using Kyle Rittenhouse as some kind of gotcha. Oh, if you don't condone political violence, why do you support Kyle Rittenhouse? They fundamentally don't see the difference between killing someone over speech and killing someone over self-defense, because these are the same things to them. Also, I'm going to be the one to point it out, because of course I am. I saw nobody else do it. Why are most of them women? Most of the people celebrating are women. Like, it's a good, like, 80-20 ratio all over the internet. What is going on, ladies? Basically, the whole country is shook because last year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of a president, and this year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of them. At the end of the day, this is all the inevitable conclusion of the punch a Nazi thing from, like, 2017. Do you guys remember that?
I do.
We always knew it was a slippery slope. That's why we were against it. And they always say this dumb shit, like, if you don't want to be called a Nazi, stop being a Nazi. Even a congressman from my state, New York, was like, oh, if you want to stop being called a fascist, you should stop being a fascist.
Imbecile.
Yeah, that's great, except you've called everyone and their mother a fascist and a Nazi for the past, like, 15 years. And I see a lot of progressives in my audience like, Shue, you're not like Charlie Kirk. You're not a fascist. Here are all the things I have been called Nazi reactionary for over the last few years. Would you like to see?
They called it alt-right as well. The left called her alt-right.
I have been making this list since 2023. Let's go. Let's just read this together real quick. Yeah. Mocking/criticizing pop feminism. Believing adults can do whatever they want. Being pro-free speech. Being liberal. Talking to people I disagree with. Being friends with people I disagree with. Following people on Twitter I disagree with. Supporting Bernie Sanders. That one came from the right. Being registered independent. Criticizing Joe Biden, criticizing the Democratic Party, not being attracted to feminine men, not hating men in general, criticizing Canada's MAID program, not
She's classy, she skipped the being not ugly.
Not taking the COVID vaccine, criticizing the FBI, criticizing the CIA, believing the CIA killed JFK, using an American flag backdrop for my videos, saying elites, saying working class, saying based, making a joke about Joe Biden eating ice cream, making a joke about Pete Buttigieg being born in a test tube, making jokes in general, being cis, being white, being a woman, being a cis white woman, telling someone to take a shower, not being anti-gun, not being fat, being monogamous, liking Huey Long, celebrating the 4th of July, supporting Assange, criticizing the movie Cuties, praising the movie Sound of Freedom, being against pedophilia, being against the destigmatization of pedophilia, being against children watching porn, being critical of kink at Pride, being against children performing at drag shows, not being racist, I swear to God, being a class reductionist, saying biological sex, mocking people for debating the ethics of necrophilia, my username, owning a pet rabbit, questioning the Bush administration's involvement in 9/11, growing up in a Catholic family, eating meat, wanting to get married, wanting to have children, being married, having children, being at January 6th to interview people, saying it's okay if someone doesn't want to date a porn star, not wanting to do OnlyFans, criticizing Kanye West, criticizing late-stage capitalism, criticizing the billionaire class, criticizing Israel, criticizing eating the bugs, criticizing a fashion company for being creepy, you'll remember that one, supporting nuclear energy, parentheses, it's toxic masculinity, supporting TikTok tradwives, supporting one-income households, supporting UBI, supporting farmers, supporting truckers, not celebrating October 7th, supporting Palestine, not liking brutalism, saying colorblind anti-racism was good, wanting to date someone who has a good relationship with their parents, not liking Indian food, saying men and women are different but complement each other, being followed by JD Vance on Twitter, saying Hillary Duff is cool, making fun of Reddit, and for Asmongold reacting to me, criticizing American imperialism, wearing a bow in my hair, liking VTubers, and now being anti-death.
Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi. He was a fucking Nazi. And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one.
I am a better person.
That is incredible. Man, didn't you guys hear that? Wasn't that like, didn't it sound like, man, Benito Mussolini would have been proud. That is, about, it almost sounded like the list was written by Giovanni Gentile himself. Giovanni Gentile. She's gonna go with another series of these demons. Oh, just two. Okay, let me check that. Because I can't take more than 2. She's a better person because she's not a Nazi and scum.
You for celebrating the death of a Nazi. And actually, it's pretty weird that you're not, and simultaneously asking
Proudly so. Sue me.
people to have empathy for the Nazi.
Nazis have children and families, right? But Nazis also get shot in the neck.
They don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you.
Based Blair White.
Now, I'm going to talk about my personal feelings of the situation because I know a lot of you can relate. I know a lot of you have been feeling the exact same way. So I will try and put it into words for you. I have friends who were friends with Charlie Kirk, but I didn't personally know him. We follow each other on Twitter. I've been to the TPUSA Amerifest in 2021. I actually went there planning to make a video making fun of it, but I had so much fun and met so many friends that I'm still friends with to this day. So that video never happened. I disagreed with him all the time. You can literally go to our Twitter interactions. I was always correcting him about, like, Bernie Sanders. I made an egg look like his face. It is safe to say I was no fan. But this has really shaken me in a way that I absolutely did not expect.
Because you're a good person. Because you are humane. Because you're decent. And unfortunately now, you're rare. And I want to thank her. I want to thank her for being respectful, for calling out evil, for calling out this absolute endemic disease that is afflicting this country, that is spreading at an unprecedented rate, and that absolutely needs to be stopped. And the way you stop it first and foremost is prevent the teaching class to indoctrinate the kids.